We made it through day number 5 on the sugar fast. Today is day number 6. It is Saturday, and I'm a little nervous to get on the scale because number 1, I started eating later. I don't like to eat too many calories later in the day. I think when I tracked it, I'll go ahead and put the calories and the macros here on the screen. I had around 2,300 calories and I had 545 grams of carbohydrates. That is a lot of carbs that are coming from sugar. And what I had for dinner is I had this Talenti sorbetto, and I can't even believe I'm gonna show you this. I started editing my video yesterday and I was munching on Skittles. I think I had like 4 servings of Skittles, so I can kind of feel it in my stomach. I think yesterday I was 187.4. So let's jump on the scale and let's see if I lost weight, but I'm a little nervous. I probably gained. Whoa, I was not expecting that. 186.1. I lost 1.3 pounds overnight eating more calories on sugar. Whoa. Now I'm a believer. I can't believe that I upped my calories. I ate more candy, which I wouldn't suggest eating 4 servings of Skittles. It just was not good. And I lost over a pound. I'm averaging a pound a day. I think when I started this, I was 192.3 on Monday. And in 6 days, I've lost, 6.2 pounds? So I'm averaging a pound a day just eating all these carbohydrates and sugar. I mean, that is totally unbelievable. Now, normally on Saturdays, I do a full water fast. This is something I've been doing for months. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe I won't even do a full water fast today because I'm still losing weight. If my projections are correct and I continue to lose a pound a day, I should hit 185 tomorrow. That'll be 7 pounds in 7 days. I'm pretty amazed by that. That's just blows my mind. On my way to the gym, and I had a little thought I just wanted to share with you. A couple things. I said earlier that I was going to do, I normally do a all water fast on Saturday, and I got to thinking, that's the whole point of doing this sugar diet, so you don't have to do a full water fast. So I think what I'm going to do differently today is I probably won't eat a lot of fruit, but I'll just do a fruit juice fast. So I'll just drink nothing but fruit juice, and I might have 1 bowl of blueberries, just 1, and that's it. I'm just going to keep it to that. I think that'll probably help me lose the weight even further. So I'm probably going to do that. This is my last day of the week where I train, so this will be day number 5 for my workouts. I usually take Sundays off. And another really good thought occurred to me is, as a keto carnivore guy, I've always had this this war on sugar, sugar causes insulin resistance and all these, health problems. And I was so against sugar, right? There's the war against sugar. And then there's other people on the other side that, there's a war against eating too much fat, like the keto, the carnivore, fat makes you fat, and there's nothing wrong with having sugar. So you have both sides kind of competing for each other. And the realization that I just came to is, what the real war is on? Think about it. When you're doing this sugar diet, you're supposed to keep your fats at almost 0, okay? So the real war on this diet, the real war should be on processed junk. That's where the war should be, because what do those foods have in common? Or what ingredients do those foods have? Sugars and fats. That's where the war should be really focused on, is the processed junk. The war shouldn't be on keto. The war shouldn't be on carnivore. The war shouldn't be on just straight sugar. The war should be on processed stuff because they're loaded with sugars and fats. That's what we really need to take out of our diet. Because think about it. In nature, you will not find foods that have a combination of sugars and fats. You will not find that in nature. Think about it, right? Fruits are just straight sugar. Animal products are straight protein and fat. But you will never find in nature a combination of sugars and fats. So that's pretty eye-opening to me that we shouldn't be warring against each other. You know, we shouldn't be warring with the carnivore keto people, which, you know, at heart, I am a carnivore keto type of person. And the war shouldn't be on sugars either. Straight sugar without the fats, of course. So if we can really just focus on getting rid of all the processed junk out of our diets and learn how to separate these foods to live a more healthier lifestyle, the much better we all will be. Just my thoughts for today. So I'm gonna head to the gym and I'm gonna sip on some of my, got some new fruit juice. I got like a blackberry lemonade I'm gonna be sipping on as we go to the gym. So I gotta hurry up and down this juice. Can't really do it while I'm driving and holding the camera. So I'll see you in the next clip. Back from the gym, had a great workout. And I basically, on the way to the gym, I had this blackberry flavored lemonade. That was really good. And then when I got out of the gym, I went to my local grocery store, Publix. We have a very unique Publix where I live, where they have like a salad bar, they've got like a hot bar, they also have a smoothie bar. And I thought, you know what, let me try one of their smoothies. So I picked up one of these smoothies here. Basically, no protein powder. I told them don't put any protein in there because I'm not doing any protein. It has mango, oranges, and agave. And I think that's literally it. So this is probably close to, I don't know, like maybe 600 calories or so. So we're gonna drink that. And because I've dealt with some cramps here and there, and I really don't like bananas. I know bananas has a lot of potassium, which can help with the cramping. I got some organic orange juice. So that should really help as far as helping with the cramping. So got the orange juice. And then what I'm gonna do, I think the only time I'm actually gonna eat solid food like fruit is right now with that smoothie. 2 cups of blueberries, I'll put some table sugar on it, and that's it. I think the rest of the day, I'm just gonna do a juice fast. And you know, that kind of reminds me of something. You know, I started thinking about this whole thing. And remember back in the 80s and 90s where people were doing like these I don't know what they were called, like a juice diet or a smoothie diet. You know, it was a big craze that everybody was doing. And I started thinking about it and I'm like, isn't like the sugar diet kind of similar to that? It's like the smoothie, you know, diet, the juice fast that people were going on. It's just been repackaged and now it's called the sugar diet. Think about it. It's the same thing as the keto diet. Many people were saying like, oh, keto, all the keto is Atkins. It's just been repackaged and now they're calling it keto. But there are some differences between Atkins and keto. And yeah, there's a little bit of difference between the sugar diet and doing all these juice diets back in the 80s and 90s because, you know, you can backload it with lean protein. You can have starch or not have starch, but obviously the fats have to be like in the basement. It's got to be pretty much to zero. I've only been averaging about 10 grams of fats. Yesterday was 0 grams of fat. And today's going to be 0 grams of fat because really all I'm going to eat is the blueberries. That's the only solid foods I'm going to eat. But the rest of the day, it's literally just going to be juice. So I'll be drinking, like I said, the blackberry lemonade, the OJ, and then I'm going to finish this smoothie before it gets too watered down. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing today. Stay tuned. I'll kind of keep you updated as to how the rest of the day is going to go. And I'm really excited to see what the scale is going to say tomorrow. And it appears the way I've been averaging a pound a day, looks like I'll be losing about 7 pounds in 7 days. So that's pretty cool to know that I can actually eat pure sugar and lose a pound a day. So far, I've had the mango orange smoothie, 2 cups of blueberries, and then before I went to the gym, I had that blackberry lemonade going to the gym. So now I'm gonna go ahead and drink some OJ, and this is probably gonna really help with the cramping because I don't like bananas. And it's very interesting. It seems like a lot of these fruit juices that I've been getting, all the calories seem to be the same. It's 110 calories for 8 ounces. So I end up having like 16 ounces. It'll be like 220. And I gotta tell you, I don't think I've had orange juice in like years. So, man, that is really good. And basically, I mean, that's really how you do the sugar diet. You know, from my understanding, it's fruit juices, table sugar. You can have some honey, maple syrup, stuff like that. And if you want to include starches, that would be more toward like the evening time, or if you want to add protein. Now,
depending on where you're at with your body, it's going to vary from person to person. It's going to be very different. So, what I've, been researching, it seems for people who are pretty lean, like myself, it would be used more of like as a tool. All right. So let's say I want to, maybe drop 5, 10 pounds, which I'm currently doing. I'm using it as a tool to reach that goal, but then I can actually maybe backload my day with some very lean proteins, because fats need to be zero. They need to be in the basement, zero, no fats. Starches are kind of like, you're going to have to play around with it. So with starches, it could be cereal, which I started with, 3 days ago. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was cereal. You could do potato, rice, possibly pasta. Really, you're just going to have to test it on yourself. I know when I eat pasta, I tend to get a little bloated. Even rice, I think potatoes, my body's more receptive to potatoes. So that could be a starch that you could throw in there. Now, if you're very overweight, you may just want to stick with just the fruit juice, the table sugar, the honey, maple syrup, and just, stick with that for maybe a week, maybe 10 days, and just do a full out fruit sugar fast for 7 to 10 days so you can get that weight off as quickly as possible. Whereas as you get leaner, you can kind of sprinkle it in during the week. I mean, I might just do like, normally I do a fast like today, it's Saturday. I usually do a full water fast and I won't break it until Sunday. Well, now instead of doing a full fast, I'll be able to do just a juice fast, and I'll get different juices so I don't get bored drinking the same thing. And then once I reach my goal 180, what am I going to do moving forward? Probably still going to do keto carnivore, but I won't eat those foods till later in the day. So for me, I like to train in the morning, so I need the simple sugars to give me the energy to go to the gym. And then when I come back, I'll probably have more fruit and juice and then eat my lean proteins at night. But it'll be something that I'm probably going to be sprinkling in. It makes no sense for me to do this every single day. Maybe 3 days out of the week, I'm, keto carnivore, and then maybe the other couple days I do a juice fast, or maybe I just do 1 or 2 juice fasts a week. And that's it. Probably for me, I would think maybe only 1 to 2 juice fasts a week is probably all I'm going to need, because I already be at my goal at 180. It makes no sense to do this every single day. And something that I'm really thinking on doing as well is really combining these 2 diets. So it'd be sugar in the morning, protein and fat at night. I think as long as you keep them pretty separated, I think theoretically you shouldn't store body fat, because you got to remember, when you're ingesting simple sugars, your body's going to metabolize that within an hour. It's in and out and it's gone. And then you give it some time toward the evening time. If you want to have probably like a dinner, like an early dinner around 5, 6 o'clock, you could include protein, fat, because that sugar you ate in the morning, it's already gone. So it's not like you're combining sugars and fats. Because if you do that in an actual one meal, yes, you will store body fat. But as long as you keep them separated, I think that's the best of both worlds. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I'm pretty lean already as it is. I've only got 6 pounds left to go to get to my new goal of 180. I mean, originally I was just going for 190, and I was like, you know what? I want to get to 180. Let me just get to 180, create a 10-pound buffer. So if I happen to gain weight, because I'm on vacation or this and that, I'm still going to look great at 190. But here's the thing. If I end up gaining 5, 10 pounds, let's say, I slip off my diet, and I gain some weight because of vacations and birthdays. Well, now I got a tool. I can do the sugar diet to take those pounds off and then just pick up where I left off. So really, it's an amazing, amazing tool. So that's all I got for today. I think what I'm going to do, because I've been asking people if you want me to go live, let's do it Sunday at 11 a.m. So if you're on the West Coast, that's going to be like what, 8, 9, it'd be like 8 a.m. I'm East Coast. So that's not too early, and I think 11 o'clock on this side is not too early. So let's do a live at 11 a.m. I'll be on there to answer any of your questions. And that's it. So I'm going to get going. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and always hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time, get ready, because I'm going to be weighing myself tomorrow. All right. So stay tuned and we'll see what the total amount of weight I lost in 7 days.